Hello friends, I am Dr. Sayungita Vijay Naik, Professor and Head Department of Anesthesia, BJ Medical College and Sassoon General Hospital, Pune. We are discussing about the mucormycosis. What is mucormycosis, how to prevent mucormycosis and what care we should take when we get infection of mucormycosis. So nowadays in COVID-19 pandemic situation, mucormycosis cases are increasing. And it is believed that the mucormycosis cases are triggered by the use of high doses of steroids, and also it is most common in a diabetic patient when diabetic patient is not under well control or the diabetic patient in a complication like the diabetic ketoacidosis. So what is mucormycosis? Mucormycosis is the fungal infection and which is the rare infection caused by the exposure of the mucor molds. And the most common species of mucormycosis are Rhizophus and the Rhizomucor. Mucormycosis, which is the highly invasive and the progressive infection, and that results in a mortality and morbidity. That rate is very high. So these mucormycosis spores and the molds are present in an environment all over, in an environment like in a soil, in a water, in air, in decaying foods. So the major routes of infections are inhalation, that is the commonest route of infections. So we have to wear face masks and that is mandatory or compulsory to prevent the inhalation of these spores, especially when we are in a risky area like the construction site or in a crowded area. So you have to wear face mask to prevent other type of infection also like bacterial infection, viral infection and these fungal infections. Second route is the ingestion. Ingestion by eating decaying foods or not maintaining hygiene. So hand cleaning and the surface cleaning is very important and avoid eating of the decaying foods. Third route of the infection is the traumatic inoculations. When we get severe injury or trauma that part of our body contaminated soils and we can get the infection. So proper cleaning and the proper care of wound is very important. So these are the routes of infection of mucormycosis. So now we'll see what happens when these mucormycosis infection occurs or when these spores enter in our body. What pathophysiological changes occur in because of this mucormycosis infection. So once we get the infection, it causes the angioinvasions. So it causes the entry in a vessels, blood vessels of that affected part. So angioinvasion that causes the vessel thrombotic changes. Vessel thrombosis occurs and that decrease the blood flow. And that because of decreased blood flow, there is the increased necrotic changes, increased gangrenous changes of that part and that part get the black color. So that is the dead tissue. And actually commonly we are calling it that mucormycosis infection the black fungus infection. Fungus is not a black, but because of this fungus infection, there is the discoloration of skin or black coloration of skin and that's why we are calling it a black function. So this black discoloration is because of the thrombotic changes and decrease in the blood flow and the necrosis and the gangrenous changes. And also it goes up to the bone and bone tissue, bony tissue and this is the pathway of the infection. Pathophysiology of the mucormycosis. So when these spores are present in atmosphere all over, but everyone not get infected because it's depend on our immunity. So there are some high risk patients which are having pre-existing diseases and main disease is the diabetic mellitus. Diabetic mellitus uncontrolled blood sugar level or the patient is in a ketoacidosis. Also second group of patients are who have undergone the organ transplantation Patient who have hematologic malignancy or the immunocompromised stage like HIV. Also patient who are on long term deferoxamine therapy, that therapy we are using for the thalassemia treatment. Also in patient like severely malnourished, patient having diarrheal disease or patient in a uremia, and as I previously told you, after trauma or severe injury due to traumatic implantation of soil or vegetation, also when we are not taking all aseptic precaution while doing invasive procedures. So these are the risk factors or high risk patient. In COVID situation, other risk factors, patient prolonged ICU stay or contaminated humidifier bottles which we are using for the oxygenation, or that humidifier that contain the contaminated water. Long standing oxygen therapy by nasal prong or nasal cannula or NIV mask when we are not cleaning these masks properly. Also patient with the high doses of steroid for prolonged period, patient with the treatment with tocilizumab, itolizumab, that is the immunosuppressant, long term Ryle's tube feeding, prolonged use of higher antibiotic, all these cause the increased chances of the mucormycosis infections.